Hello and welcome to another election season edition of TV on TV. I'm State Representative Tommy Vitolo. You're watching Brookline Interactive Group online. And like all election season shows, there's no news, just interviews, because I want to spend as much time as possible with all of the townwide candidates running in competitive races. As you know, for library trustees, we're rolling the footage internet only. We simply don't have enough slots on Brookline Interactive to get them on our 2:30 on Thursday's slot. We still want to make them available. We're still going to help everybody find these episodes. And today we have six-term incumbent library trustee Judith Vanderkay running for her seventh term. The election is Tuesday, May 6th. The polls are open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. There is some early voting. I will let you use a search engine to figure that out for yourself. Today, we want to focus on Judith. Judith, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Tommy.
Now, as I mentioned, you've been a library trustee for some time, but here on TV, we like to know our guests even more deeply than that. So the first question is always the same. What have you been up to your whole life? What got you to this point?
Oh, well, I've lived in Brookline for 42 years now, and I've been a mother, saw two boys go through the Brookline school system and come out the other end. And I've lived in the same house all that time, and my collection of stuff should indicate that. And I've been a consultant to technology trade associations. These are groups like the Association of Footwear Manufacturers, say, although mine were in the technology area. And I've done communications projects for them. And I still do some writing and editing for those clients.
And I know before you were a library trustee, you were active with the Friends of the Public Libraries. Tell our viewers a little bit about what the Friends group is and how it interacts with the libraries.
Oh, well, the Friends support the library by funding programs, by funding professional development for library staff, which is expenses that are not able to come out of our budget, the library's budget given by the town. And they fund these by having book sales. And there are book sales in all three of our branches now. So I do encourage people to take advantage of those. And we recently got an improved space on the first floor of the Brookline Village Library, which people seem to be enjoying. The
And,
Friends are more of a
and what was your role on the
grassroots
Friends
group.
group? What was your role on the Friends?
Well, I was the president for a couple of years before I became a trustee.
And as a
I
trustee,
joined
how
the
do you know?
Friends when the main library was closed and there wasn't as much going on with programming and such. And the Friends were trying to fill some of those um, absences.
So you're running again for this would be your seventh term. You've been a library trustee since 2007. It's an ongoing commitment. So what is it about this term that's got you energized to run again?
Yeah, this may be my last term, assuming I get voted in again. But I really want to see things through. We've had a very difficult year, more difficult than we realized at the time. Not till after the director resigned did we even know the whole story, and we probably don't even know it now. But I would like to provide some continuity in supporting our wonderful staff and um, help them and the town move forward and make our library the beacon of community and knowledge and everything else good that it has always been.
Now, you alluded to some trouble with our previous director and staff. Could you give us a little more sense of where we are now with the interim director, with staff, and how you see your role going forward in those relationships?
Well, as trustees, we don't interact significantly directly with the staff. That's not our job. It's the job of the leadership of the library, not us. But I'm sorry, I forgot the question again.
Well, but how about the interim director?
Oh, the interim director is an existing staff member. She was the assistant director before, and she, in my opinion, is doing a wonderful job. She had previously been a library director out in Acton, and right into the slot here, I think, in a very effective manner. So I'm expecting that the morale of the staff will be continuing on an upswing. At least that's my hope. And the trustees are in the process of engaging a workplace consultant to make sure that what happened won't happen again, identifying the specifics of the problems that were so devastating to the staff, to the staff morale. And once we have some more details to go on, then we can put in place or support the library leadership in putting in place some strategies to mitigate the problems and prevent their reoccurring.
Let's talk a little bit about programming. Obviously, people use the libraries to check out books, to read periodicals. The libraries are so much more, but one thing that's important and always changing and always fresh is the programming. What are your thoughts on should that change at all going forward? Are there new ideas, things to improve, things we should expect, things you'd like to make happen? Tell us about programming in the future.
Well, the staff has been taking the lead on the programming, and I think they've been doing a terrific job. It's our role to just sit back and applaud most of the time. They're always coming up with new and innovative ways to engage the community and to focus on the different sectors in our community. And if there is some program that people would like to see, then we hope they will tell us about it or tell the staff about it. And if it's feasible, then it will be made real. That's how a lot of our programming has been done, that people see a need or an opportunity or just something nifty that they think people would enjoy, and we are happy to help make it happen.
Are there any other things we should be thinking about going forward for libraries? You know, like I said, we've got this competitive library trustee race. It's not always the first election people are thinking about, but we want to make sure we're engaged and that the voters sort of have everything they need to help make a good decision. So what else should they be thinking about when deciding if they should cast their vote for Judith Vanderkay?
Well, I think in the current situation, experience is valuable. We're seeing at the national level right now what a problem it can be when people don't know what they're getting into, shall I say, tactfully. But I think some degree of continuity from one year to the next is helpful, and I'm hopeful that I can provide that. I know that the community values our libraries very much. I went to the recent advisory committee meetings that looked at the library budget, and their questions were intelligent and insightful. But the bottom line is that nobody questioned the need for the library to have the budget that was proposed, that it was voted unanimously. And I think that's just the outward symbol of how much our town loves our libraries.
Thank you for that. Folks, want to remind you, the election is Tuesday, May 6th. Polls are open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Most precincts have competitive town meeting races, and there are competitive races for select board, school committee, and trustees of the public library. Judith Vanderkay, one of the incumbents running, one of the 5 candidates for 4 positions. You get 4 votes, and I hope you will get out and vote. Judith, thanks for taking just a few minutes with us to tell us about yourself and your candidacy, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks a lot, Tommy.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Liftoff, and the clock has started. That's one small